What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 27 of my Total Warhammer 3 Ikit Claw Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Shaif went out and did it again, attacking the forces of Raponce, destroying her and her stack and another little tiny bonus stack all together. It did cost us a nuke, but it was a pretty great battle, and Shaif did completely survive, so we don't have to get any new units in his army to replace potential losses. So good job, Shaif. Really proud of you, buddy. In addition to that, we have continued to move north and have taken Kurun for ourselves, mostly because Grom failed to take it, and because, well, we somehow identified the elves, or met the elves, and thus there was no reason not to take this. I guess the same now would probably go for all of these territories, but, well, Grom can hold on to them and hopefully fight the elves while we're busy elsewhere. Also, we have started to recruit a new army, which is going to be our Clan ESHIN army, at the very least, until we can get a proper Clan ESHIN alliance going, and maybe get Deathmaster Snitch, depending on how well he's doing in his own territories. Also, actually, while we're here, I forgot to give you bonded service, because I was going to make mutant recruiters, so let's get your bonded service. My bad, buddy. And we'll keep leveling you up until you can get weapons engineer at rank 13, or construction engineer, rather, at rank 13. You're going to be sort of an admin lord. We'll simply replace you with an assassin. Alrighty, now, we got to keep recruiting, and in that light, let's get a few gutter runner slingers in here. I'm not going to do crazy amounts of damage, but we'll replace them with poison later. You know what, maybe 3 gutter runner slingers and 2 regular gutter runners to do a little bit of kiting. And they're fairly fast, and certainly against basic infantry, they can kite them pretty much forever. Although they do need a bunch of extra ammunition. Now, what else could we possibly need in this army? I guess a 4th Death Runner wouldn't go amiss. Though I don't want to go too heavy on the Death Runners, and we will probably want at least some Death Globes or something along that line. So presuming that we get the Ixchus Triads, the Regiment of Renown of Triads, in here, which will put us to 4 slots remaining. 2 we can fill up with Death Globes, and then 2 we will have for... Well, that's the question, isn't it? Now, if we have the Death Globes, they don't have stock, do they? Well, actually, wait. Is there a way to give anything stock? For example, Doom... No, there's no way Doom Wheels can get stock. Can you get stock, Doomflayers? Attribute for characters on Doomflayer mounts, but not Doomflayers themselves. Vanguard deployment for Doomflayers, but no stock. No. Weapons teams. Jezzails do have stock. Okay, so we'll be using Jezzails then as snipers, which kind of does make sense in a ranged army instead of the Death Globes. And yeah, I know we're using a lot of Jezzails already, but I would like an army that can stock every single unit so that the enemy is extremely confused about everything. Plus, the Jezzails will be a counter to a number of things that this army would otherwise potentially have a tough time dealing with. So then, in that light, you will have 4 Jezzails and we'll have 1... wait, no, we'll have 3 Jezzails, 1 Regiment of Renown here, and then we will have 1 ESHIN Sorcerer. Now, speaking of ESHIN Sorcerers, Disciplined Perfection. You're in, buddy. Already. And you are disciplined as well, and you are strong. I don't think we're gonna get a disciplined Lord Assassin, but or Master Assassin, but I like the sneaky one. Lots of ambushes, lots of stock, very confusing for any enemy army, so you're gonna be the one leading this, Mr. Metable. In a bit. Also, ESHIN Sorcerers, do you have any buffs that potentially buff any of the types of units that we get here? Rat Karuta, Warp Fireball, yada yada yada, no. It doesn't look like it, just your spells, but some of these spells are really quite nice, though, in terms of destructive capabilities, I mean, Black Whirlwind is great, but this stuff that we have in the ESHIN line doesn't really do that much damage. Also, I suppose... Or wait. It was the Veil of Shadows I was thinking of, not the Black Whirlwind. Black Whirlwind is a different thing. It's been a while since I played Snitch, gotta remind myself of this particular lore. I'm just thinking whether we would want another unit in here, like a plague priest, or not a plague priest, well yes, a plague priest, or a warlock engineer. But I'm not sure. You know what, let's keep it to 3 Death Runners for now, and we'll get a 4th Giselle, and then we'll possibly replace that 4th Giselle with another sorcerer, maybe, and we shall see. But yeah, you definitely need to be in here. So now, okay, well, you know what? We might as well just delete these guys, because it's kind of getting confusing. And honestly, let's delete these guys here, because they're not going to be in here. Let's immediately get to you, so that I'm not confused about who needs to be there. Oh, damn. Why can't you go with the other ESHIN triads? Why do you have to do that, game? I don't appreciate it. So yeah, we need to get 4 Giselles in here, which we can't get anywhere else. Or 3 Giselles and another Death Runner. No, you know what? We have enough Giselles everywhere else. Get another Death Runner. Even though the Giselles might be necessary, we do have slingers in there. You can recruit Giselles, so I think we'll have Cyprus do that for us, in addition to a bunch of stuff for Morphific here, who I also have a plan for, but we'll deal with that when we get to it. Let's continue. A little bit of admin to start this up, but I like planning out new armies. It's always very fun. Ratmech, you are heading out to the Monolith, so keep going. Please tell me it's owned not by Wulfric. Can't see who owns it. Grayling Moot is owned by Wulfric, so it's very likely that the Monolith is also owned by him. Which means we'll have to send you, Zapspark, to Conquata, and just to set up the Undercity there. I don't see much of a choice in the matter. Alrighty, and I believe that's everybody that needs to move for now. Slicin', you can stay here. You're not joining any of these armies. Bell Farmer, you are going to Skaven Blight to increase the growth there. Next Bell Farmer, that's a different Bell Farmer. Next Bell Farmer, you are gonna find us some Clan Pestilence, so head down there. And I believe that's it. Mutants recruiting, everybody else has moved, Ikit is healing, and we have no money to spend with the exception of the Sartosan upgrade, which we have to wait until next turn to do. Alrighty, well with that we're gonna end the turn. Still very tempted to spend some of the warp fuel, but we'll wait. We'll wait until we can take tier 5. Wait, how much would it cost it to take Marienburg at tier 5? We'll have enough, but I think it'll take us into red. I think it's 80? I want to say it's 80, but if it's 120, then yeah, that'll definitely take us into the red, won't it? Well, I guess we'll see. Again, a little bit ahead of myself. Let's end the turn for now, unless there's diplomacy to do, and then we'll continue. Lots of factions want non-aggression pacts. Wulfric wants one, but he's actually fighting Wintertooth and the Ecstatic Legions, both of whom are friendly with us, so I think we're going to ignore him for now. Same with everybody wanting these trade agreements. They're all going to be destroyed by us shortly. I'm going to keep ignoring this, and no military alliance with the Beastmen yet, but hopefully eventually. Clan Ferric apparently just lost a bunch of armies, because they used to be like minus 90 or something along those lines, but that's about it. Also, does anybody know, has anybody encountered the Orc endgame scenario? Does it force us to fight all the Orky factions? As in, does that include the Broken Axe, who we're currently allied with? I hadn't considered that, because I was just imagining that it would be Grimgor, perhaps, and possibly Wurzag, but now that I think about it, if Grom's also in it, we need to destroy these guys and fortress this place up before they get a bunch of extra stuff, so a betrayal would be imminent. But if anybody knows, please let me know, otherwise we'll have to find out. Now, I believe that's it, so let's skip the rest of this, including heroes and outposts and all that. Where could we possibly get attacked? Nowhere, I think, but let's double check down here just in case. I probably should have actually applied some points to Scheif just in case he gets attacked, or sieged. Though I suppose if he gets sieged, then we can apply the points before we counter. Man, Moors is doing really good, they just keep expanding. And, Do we go for the Eye of the Panther, or do we go for Kofor? See, Eye of the Panther might be a place that will want to take a tier 3 because it has a gem mine, and would thus generate decent amounts of cash for us. Thus, it would probably be a lot easier to defend. Ellen Delling, are you insane? I hate you. I hate you so much, but for different reasons, yeah. Sure, call allies for help. And we'll kill you, Ellen Delling. Don't you worry about it. I'm very, very into killing you. And idle in a region with a breeding building. ESHIN Apprentice. Well, hey, another bell polisher for Metastorm. Who's Metastorm? Okay, yeah, you can have the you can have the bell polisher, buddy. I wasn't expecting you. Wait, Metastorm was idle in Nuln, but he was in an army. Oh, you can get bell polishers while being an army? Okay, well that's just great. But also kind of annoying, because apparently all the other units that we've had this entire time have not been doing that, so, yeah. Can we put breeders on you? No. Lords and sorcerers only. Oh, come on. You can't put breeders on packmasters. Packmasters who specifically increase growth rate in territories can't use the growth rate ancillary. Game. Did somebody think this through? Damn it. Alright, well, regardless. Cyprus, you're going to Sartosa. And let's get you, I'm just amused with myself here. Let's get you 4 Warplock Giselles. Oh, damn, I forgot how expensive they are. Or did I say 3 Warplock Giselles? Did I say 3 or 4? Damn it. Not again. I said 3. Okay, perfect. 3 Warplock Giselles. You, Morphinrod, are joining this. And this army will just get those Giselles, and it'll be good. Until we can replace all of these gutter runners with better gutter runners with poison. This also means Karl is here, but we can simply go to Grunberg, and he can't attack it. And I guess while we're here, well, let's get a few units of basic Skaven slaves. To replace the ones we temporarily lost. How long would it take to get Giselles up here? 2,000 gold per? I'd rather transfer them, screw it. I would much rather transfer. Let's do that. Also, our assassin here. You can have... Well, you don't really need replenished troops right now, but you will later, so let's get that. Dance of Death, and of course, Elusive. Mostly because, well, we'll be using you to assassinate stuff. Same thing with the Master Assassin that will eventually be leading this army. We'll keep Mutant leading this until he's at level 13, and then we'll send him out. Charge Lock. You, huh, well, you're gonna go to the Black Pit, and you're gonna take it. That must be so irritating. Sorry, Emil, do we want to colonize it at a high level? It'll be slow growing, but also I'm not sure that we actually care about the place. Do we want to waste food on it? I think not. Colonize at tier 1. And we can't build any special buildings here, so it'll just grow itself. Don't collect the income here, I think, just to keep it positive and increased growth, though. Alrighty. And Weissman, you can have... You know what, you're gonna need growth. Alrighty, and while we're in yellow food... Oh, look. You've backed off. Now, Ikit, can you reach Marienburg? No. Can you reach Grungzint? No, also you cannot. Can you go here and raid this territory? Maybe. Go here. We'll find out shortly. And rate it for 375, not too bad. And I guess we'll go here first and then here. We shall see. Zapspark, keep going. And did we already move you this turn? Yes, indeed we did. And Moment of Truth. Monolith belongs to... Throg, which means it generates no money at all. Okay, which means, Zapspark, you're getting the Undercity at Conquata, and it also means that Ratmek is heading up north to the to establish Undercities in other Dark Fortresses, hopefully owned by actual Chaos factions. Proper Chaos factions, sorry, Throg. Alrighty, let's keep going. Charge Lock, you're good, Morphific. You... What the heck is this? Okay, kill this guy. We also have a mission to kill him, and that'll destroy Solend. This faction will be done for. I guess it's a free level. Maybe we'll steal an item? No. Actually, we did. Or we got an item as a reward. I don't know if it was stolen, but the food is always welcome. And you don't actually want the Dragon Bane... Oh, wow. Everybody had that mission. Interesting. Don't bother with the Dragon Benjamin, and honestly, don't bother with the Crown of Command. We're going to turn those into actually useful items later on. Now, you are going to stay here. Actually, you know what we'll do? Maybe we start raiding our vampire friends. No, but that'll make the ogres dislike us. But then again, do we care? You know what? Go into channeling stance. You can't go into raiding stance this turn anyway, so go here. And then we'll see about this next turn. Not like this army can fight right now anyway. Okie dokie, so that's you. Shife. You're still pretty badly beat up. I'd like to take the Eye of the Panther at tier 3, but that completely screws our food margins, which I also don't like. Cyprus, oh right, you can continue recruiting, and assuming that you're actually done, also Metabol, you're gonna join this army. Slice and stay where you are. Also, let's just double check that anything new it didn't come up that's really good. Sorcerers, for example. Ah, there's a damn it. And now there's a disciplined plague monk, so we have to summon it. Probably not gonna get a better one. The question is who to send that plague monk to. For example, didn't one of your plague monks be terrible? Wasn't one of them terrible? Yeah, one of them has sharp teeth and should probably be replaced, but now he's level 8 or something, isn't he? Yeah. So I'm on the fence about it. Alright, well, either way, go to the Eye of the Panther. Let's see if we can auto-resolve this. Does it have a wall? It does not. And auto-resolve it. Nobody will die. Beautiful. And sack it. For only 1,600. Is it even worth it? You know what? I think we just loot and occupy it. Don't even bother. And fine, go to tier 3 immediately. Still in yellow. At the very least. Okay, messenger, good, and now immediately go gem mine, which will give us 366 money. Yeah, so it's basically quite worth it. And then immediately go to alarm tunnel, and then immediately go to breeding as well for the growth. Ah, so they're going to build up their army here. Interesting. Well, I guess they're building another one here as well. All right, Shife, we'll see what you can do. I guess the question will be how long you are going to spend building that army. I mean, after 3 turns, this place should be able to hold. But will we be... Ooh, there's a Skull Island here, too. Damn. There's lots of good stuff everywhere. Also, what can you do again? You're tough, eh? Which is great for a Plague Furnace, but maybe Ronin would be better. Not sure. Also, Slicing, I'm just going to move you away because you're bothering me. Go here, please. Alright. That is now good. Now, this place. We're going to build a Doomflayer. And just the one, but we're going to be building quite a few more because we're going to be giving Morphific Doomflayers. He's going to have some fun with them. Mostly because I think that he'd be a good leader for them. Damn, I guess there's no potential battle in this particular turn, but I'm sure we'll find one eventually. Also, oh, another Skull Island. You, keep finding Clan Pestilence. And then delete yourself right after. Alright, good. And is that everything? Well, that's actually not everything, because we need to spend money. Alright. Okay, let's do this in order. Alrighty, Telzen. Yes, you are doing this, and then you are going for... Do we go for the Taskmaster's platform? It'll grow to tier 3 faster. Oh, it's already there, isn't it? We'll just do it next turn. But at the very least, they'll stop it from rebelling. Yeah, just go for Taskmaster's platform. You already have one, and you'll be able to upgrade it to level 3, and then both of you will be able to get Taskmaster's platforms as well. Or... I'm not actually sure that they're needed. And just go for another military building, potentially. We'll see. If it works out, I'd prefer that. Marches of Kurun. Yes, and yes. And Sartosa, yeah, okay, so we didn't end up saving anything because we went back down to yellow, and I'm not sure that we bother wasting any more time waiting for it to go back up. We're at 49% now instead of the 60% we needed, so it's unlikely to get there. Do that, and then go back to exploitative planning until you can reach the next level. Carcassonne, growth please. Reichland, lots and lots of growth everywhere, so growth... growth, and I guess this thing for nope. Walls, growth, wall, okay, whatever. The asymmetry was gonna bother me. Alright, let's do that. More trade goods. What's our trade, by the way, now? 1,200, or 12,000 rather. Very nice. And walls here in Wissenberg as well. Alrighty, well, money spent. Don't know about well spent, but certainly spent. Also, you are now nearly a full stack. Will you be able to take care of Norn? I still doubt it. And, oh, you're just gonna raid? You're not going to attack? Maybe the Beastmen could take care of this for us. Wouldn't that be lovely? Alrighty, well, I believe that's yet another end turn, as there's nothing else that we can do. No diplomacy. Once again, a little bit on the admin side. And oh, look, Northern Provinces wants to be friendly. Only if Clan ESHIN gets destroyed. If they get destroyed, then yes. Ooh, Awakened. You guys are friends with Clan Pestilence. You're also friends with the followers of Nagash, which we are about to betray. How much do you want for this? 14? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's do that. Get a little bit friendly with Harkin, and I'm sure he will eventually go for a trade agreement with us. Also, while we're here, just before ending the turn, do we want to do anything with the Undercities? Well, not in Vlad's territories, because we're going to steal them. Erengrad. What we do want to do here is take out the mine shafts and build up the Ratkin Mafia to increase the money. Now, these things I don't think we level up any further, though, because they're likely to get destroyed by all of the Norskins and Chaos Warriors and all that stuff, so we'll just ignore that for now. Alrighty, well, with that, we're ready to end the turn. I do wonder if Karl is going to try to attack us. Most likely he's actually just going to ignore us and go for Karlberg or Weissmund, which are not very protected, but we will deal. Let's end the turn. And damn it, don't we need more food. Looks like the Disciples of the Maw are going to attack the Bloody Hands. Oh, that's interesting. That's also extremely irritating. Do we unalign with the Disciples of the Maw right now? We were going to get into a fight with the Bloody Hands eventually anyway, but this is nonetheless quite annoying. And this will, however, break the alliance. Do we want to do this right now? It will probably force the Ogres to die, I think. And while this... As I understand it, this will break the alliance, but it won't force us into war, will it? And while we wanted those lead belchers, these guys are still occupying territory that we don't necessarily want them to occupy. The thing is, would we be getting into any new alliances shortly? Because if we do this right now, we won't be able to ally with the Awakened, will we? Damn. So we basically have to choose. This will also prevent us from having good relationship with Clan Pestilence, most likely. Damn it, I think we have to enter war on their side. Alright, fine. We'll just try to peace out with the Bloody Hands. Pretty much immediately. And we'll see. Maybe they're willing to do it for a trade agreement. Or a Scooby snack.
Fight me.
Alrighty, followers of Nagash, let me guess, you want some kind of alliance? Yes, I'm sure you do, but we're gonna attack you because you're standing in our territory. And oh, they got a full stack there. Damn, are they gonna go for Kofur? You know what, if they go for Kofur, we'll declare war on them right there and then, and take it for ourselves at the same time. Yeah, it's really quite problematic trying to do this portion with only the one army, isn't it? Oh, well then, ooh, hello, what do we have here? Corpable. What do you have? One-eyed. Meh. Slay Underling. Control +5 all provinces, but that's not going to happen. We've been trying to get Corpable for a while. Overlord's Musk. Character leadership effect, leadership aura size. I don't really care about the control of the corruption. Yeah, you know what? I think that's fine. I would prefer something that buffs him up, but this isn't too bad, especially considering that he's a warlord. So from a lore perspective, this does kind of make sense. Let's see what this says. This one remains loyal, yes, yes. Too loyal, perhaps, maybe. Must be planning, scheming, only possible answer. But what to do? Spray him. Mark this warlord with your scent. Order him before you and spray him. No one dares question the one bearing their overlord's scent. Spray him. Alright, settlement receives Plague, the Black Pit. Well, we should be used to being plagueinated. Overlord's Musk on you. Infect Decay, the Plague-ridden Lord is ready for duty. Charge Lock. Where do we send you? Okay, you're going for Wrecker's Point. Okay, we can't have you take our now. We just can't have it. Though the problem is, where are you going? Oh, he might be going for Middenstag. Huh. It would be funny if they took it and then we could retake it for ourselves. But you need to go to our now. Absolutely. And go here. And we definitely want the entire wasteland territory because it's just going to be worth so much. Let's immediately upgrade Karoberg because we care about it a lot more than the other place. Ikit, you are going to attack, sack, and occupy Grungzint right now.
Weapons. Yes.
Auto-resolve it? Yes.
This arms race.
And sack the place. Still a decent amount of cash for it. And a free spell shield, good.
I like this.
And more levels for Ikit, who's almost maxed out now. Occupy it at tier 1. We need the food. And there we go. That gives us the ability to go for expansionist planning here. And let's also immediately upgrade Grungzint while we're at it. Carrick Ziflin, let's also upgrade you while we're at it. And yeah, we'll wall you up. I mean, you're more or less safe, but nonetheless, let's not take any chances. You're now a full stack, aren't you? When are you gonna attack? I'm kind of excited for it now. Full stack versus the defense here. We'll see if we can hold. I suppose we could always send an army up there. Ooh, hello. Yeah, so if Ellen Delling with his relative weakness was able to declare war on us, I have absolutely no doubt that these guys are going to declare war on us sooner rather than later. So we have to be paying attention to that. Corpable, and you, my friend, are ready to go. Let's get you your council guard. And let's send you out. Do we keep Metable here? You know what? I like the tough one. I like the tough priest with the warlord. A strong warlord and a tough priest with him. I think it makes sense. It lorefully makes sense. We're gonna have their debut at the Skull Reef, so send you out now. Ronan, I guess we either send you south, or like send you south to join Scheif, or we completely ignore it. We could also take Vulture Mountain right now if we wanted to, or we could march towards Kofor. Hard to say what the better option would be. Both tempt me. I'm also tempted to see if these guys go out here and allow us to just kill them all with Scheif, because that would be great as well. Although we can't know where Arcan is either. You know what, I'll think about that, but it's not like it's a battle happening right now. Let's see if there's anybody who's actually potentially going to fight right now. Carlos here with near a full stack. And we do want to level these guys up. The Kemperbad
That will work.
troops aren't that great. The problem of this is, this army has no splash damage at all, so massive piles of infantry might do pretty good here. And we do have spells available to us, and I'm still tempted to fight this. You know what? I think that'll be the battle for us today. Because I'm not spotting any other battle that looks to be worth fighting anywhere. So yeah, let's do this. Let's see if this gives us a decent amount of food. Let's try to draw the enemy garrison out, however. Also, do we need to give you any items? You're probably okay. You're on your Doom Flayer, not your Doom Wheel, eh? Alright, that's fine. Go. Would be nice for you to kill Karl Franz, and it looks like it'll be a close defeat. Ooh, we don't have an emergency nuke, though. Well, it is what it is. We may not have it, but we'll have to deal. Let's go with a couple uses of the Menace below. And yeah, we wanted to save the food, but could we do this without it? Let's see, we have 4 Death Runners. And what I want to calculate is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units of range, 9, 10 units of range. So there are 4 Death Runners, and potentially our 2 Gutter Runners. That's at least 6 at the same time. Yeah, I think we gotta get the Menace below if we're likely to win this. Plus, we have to figure out some way to deal with Karl, which is going to be difficult as well. The Death Runners could take him out, but they also could potentially do massive amounts of damage. Anyway, here we go. Let's give this a try. Cinematically, of course. Alrighty, here we go, the first battle debut of the newly formed Clan ESHIN army. Of course, it's not a complete Clan ESHIN army, as we've still got a few more units to build, but it's getting there. Still gotta get that Lord as the Master Assassin Lord. as well as a few other units. Anyway, looks like the first enemy unit that's going to be on the field is a single enemy lord, and we're going to charge him with our ESHIN sorcerer, our assassin, and a bunch of death runners. They will quickly overwhelm him and do enough damage to mostly bring him down. I'm sure that they should be able to chase him because, well, now he's routed. We've also moved away all of our range units so that they don't kill our own death runners there. Now, in terms of the setup here, let's just wait a few seconds until everybody gets in position. And there we go. And it looks like the enemy is in position as well. So, what we are going to do is put 2 units of death runners on the flanks as well as a couple of units of gutter runners in the trees here. Wait until the enemy moves in and then deal with the fairly large amount of range units that they have. They have quite a lot, and we really can't allow them to be hitting our ESHIN triads once they're found, as they will take way too much damage. On the other side, we got 2 more death runners for the exact same purpose. Obviously, these units are all hidden. The enemy can only see the Skaven Slave Slingers and our Warlock Master, so they're heading here. We could have probably sent the ESHIN Triads even further away as well, but the thing is, the Skaven Slave Spears are just not going to hold long enough, so it wouldn't really matter if we had put the Triads over here to go around. I think the Death Runners and the Gutter Runners should, in theory, be able to take care of all those ranged units. We shall see. Alrighty, and it looks like the enemy is indeed going to move towards us. Good, good, good. I was hoping that thinking that it would be unfortunate if we were the ones who had to deal with them here, because they just all run off the field. Our Warlock Engineer is going to move in a little bit quickly and go with his Warp Lightning just to annoy the enemy a little bit, but also to draw out Karl Franz, who's going to just give chase. Well, more power to him, I suppose, as he gives chase, rather. And we're going to send the ESHIN Triads, the Ixchus Triads specifically, to try to deal with him together with the Warlock as well as our 2 Assassin heroes. Or our ESHIN Sorcerer and our Assassin. But the ESHIN Sorcerer seems like he does okay damage in melee. 39 melee attack. It's not bad, even though 310 is a low actual damage. And there we go. These guys just gotta surround and kill Karl, ideally, before his army is here. And they are getting closer and closer, but he did crazily run out ahead of them. So we gotta do as much damage as possible, but he does have the mass to break out. Unfortunately, we don't have any larger models that we can put in front of him to prevent him from getting the heck out of here. Oh well, on the bright side though, we did manage to do quite a lot of damage. He's down to like 20% HP or so, and while the rest of his army is here, that is probably going to be pretty bad when he comes back, as in we should be able to bring him down. Alrighty, now we're going to move away. Let's hope that... Ooh, Scorch. Let's not miss that. There we go. A little bit of a bounce off, but not too bad. I think not a crazy amount of damage either, but it did... I think have one of the units of archers that are in here, and this will certainly make it a little bit easier for the Death Runners and the Gutter Runners once they move in. Speaking of, they have started to make their move over on this side, though over on this side, one of the enemy units of Pistoliers has moved directly into the unit of Death Runners. Not entirely sure whether it was on accident, or whether the AI was cheating, but seemed to have run directly for the unit. Not a big deal, however, as this is a terrible matchup for the Pistoliers, and they will get promptly destroyed if they don't run away. And even if they do run away, one of our unit of Gutter Runner Slingers is focusing them down. Alrighty, now, regular battle time. We are going to move our Ixchus Triads back as they were originally fighting Karl, and we're going to send the Skaven Slave Spears in together with the rest of the Triads. The goal right now is to distract as many of the enemy regular infantry as possible to allow our Gutter Runners and Death Runners to move in and hit the enemy back lines. For now, the enemy crossbows and the other range units are probably going to be taking some damage from our own slingers, but our slingers, as soon as our Death Runners are in the enemy backline, will be switching to other enemy targets like spears and like halberdiers, things that don't have shields, essentially. Alrighty, not right now really the kind of battle an ESHIN army really wants to fight. A little bit too non-kitey, as in we are well, we don't have access to our ESHIN sorcerer right now, so we essentially have to allow the enemy to make a front line, because we need to be able to apply both Scorch and Warp Lightning, so not much of a choice in the matter. Speaking of Warp Lightning, gonna come down, and the biggest of the enemy blobs here. Carl is also returned into the frame, where once again gonna send our assassin, or assassins if we count the ESHIN sorcerer, and back to deal with him. Our Death Runners and our Gutter Runners have now moved into the fray as well, and are hitting the enemy crossbows and archers that they can find, preventing them from firing at the very least, but they also should be able to kill them fairly quick from both directions. There is also an Amethyst Wizard on the field that we should probably kill, as he's been repeatedly casting that Spirit Leech, and though fortunately said Spirit Leech has been cast repeatedly on units rather than on our Assassin or on our Lord, which is quite nice, so thank you to the AI for being useless. Alrighty, I hear retreat horns, so I imagine the units that are currently being hit by the Death Runners and the single use of the Menace below are running away. In fact, the enemy backline is in pretty bad shape with plenty of units routing, and the ones that aren't, I'm sure, are going to get chased down fairly quickly. Our Ixchus Triads, or our regular Triads, our ESHIN Triads, as well as our Skaven Slave Spears, are still holding the main line, which is unexpectedly doing fairly well, as I would have expected them to collapse a little bit earlier. And it looks like these ESHIN Triads managed to kill this unit of swordsmen one-on-one-ish, though I think they might have gotten some support from the slingers. Otherwise, now it's just a matter of trying to whittle the enemy down. They don't have range support, so once all of the crossbows have been destroyed, we can help the Triads out by hitting the enemy in the back with all of our Death Runners. Alrighty. Well done, everybody. Carl was routed once more, and our Warlock is gonna give chase. I have certainly seen Warlocks on the Doomflayers be able to chase Horse Lords down. Whether this actually succeeds or not, I suppose. Oh, I guess that answers that question. Carl goes down, and while the battle is not quite yet ours, it should be so fairly shortly. The other enemy Lord is nearly half HP. Warp Lightning continues to come down, and lots of enemy units are routing, while the balance of power slips further and further into our favor. Also, I think all of the enemy range units are now no longer firing, other than these two who are also not firing, but who are running away from something. Alrighty, well done to the ESHIN army. And just a little bit more, we should win this attrition, especially as we have the better magics here. The Spirit Leech doesn't really compare to repeated uses of Warp Lightning. And there we go. It looks like with that, the enemy decides to shatter a little bit suddenly. I feel like they still had a fairly decent number of units on the field that they could have fought with, but once again, once the Death Runners started to hit them in the back, they were really quite outmatched. Alrighty, and our lords are going to try to kill that enemy lord as well as the Amethyst Wizard here. Really gotta have to try to kill everything we possibly can. Fortunately, this particular ESHIN army should be very, very good at chasing things down. We may not have pseudo-cav like rat ogres or things like the wolf rats to chase things down, but let's see, the Triads move at 49 speed, and I think 52 is their standard speed. Their speed is lowered by something currently. So they move pretty quick. 54 speed on the Death Squads as well, or the Death Runners. And compared to the 30-ish standard infantry speed, that is more than enough to chase most of them down and kill them all. And there we go. Not much left of that, I imagine. A close victory, as we did take quite a bit of damage, but I don't think we lost anything. And once this army gets the rest of the units that it needs, i.e. the poison-applying Gutter Runners, as well as the Jezzails, and obviously the Assassin Master, and a few levels on our ESHIN Sorcerer, we'll be able to play these battles a little bit more ESHIN-ly. And, yeah, it'll make some difference. Anyway, let's see the damage. Alrighty, well, it wasn't perfect, but I do think that it went reasonably well. The enemy did have a lot of basic troops, and it did have Carl leading them, and they did outnumber us, which should never happen when you're Skaven, but at the end of the day, we did come out ahead and got a free wailing banner out of it and the food that we so desire. Now, I guess we're gonna have to heal. We should probably sack this place. Let's heal, sack, and then move back to our own territory. We got another man-thing slave. There's that wailing banner, and you are nowhere near to rank 13, unfortunately. Let's auto-resolve this. Yes, no one will die. Not even our Skaven slaves died that time. Only one food. Come on. There's more food. There was a unit of horsemen there. Horses are worth food, or at least they should be. Sack the place again. Like so, and we will probably destroy it fairly shortly. Now you're going to go back in here, you're going to heal up and wait for your Jezzails. Oh wow, you're healing quite a bit as well. Oh, I guess you have increased casualty or punishment rate due to... Who gives you extra casualty or punishment rate? Oh, it's the assassins. That's one of the unfortunate things about not being able to heal so fast with Ikit. He heals a bit slower, doesn't he? But nonetheless, his army's so powerful that it only really gets damaged badly in auto-resolves anyway, which I guess doesn't really matter all that much. Now, Grungzint. We don't need the chieftain building here, though we will probably need it elsewhere. We're also very much close to running out of time, so let's just upgrade what we need to upgrade and prepare for next episode. Waterfall Palace, we are going to go for a second military building with you for Packmaster capacity to increase. We are at 0 in terms of the public order, so if it goes to -2 public order, it'll still be good. Alrighty, perfect. Perfect, and then I guess with a few more research upgrades, everything will be fine. Kingsglade, let's upgrade you immediately. Coast of Araby, yes. Probably isn't too many things to build right now, but that's just fine. Definitely gotta get Migdal von Galbarak nice and fortified as fast as possible. The dwarfs are nearby, and maybe they will attack Akendorf after all, though... I'm highly you know what? Just in case, Morphific, I was gonna have you raid Vlad, but let's have you move into Migdal von Galbarak. This is too suspicious. The AI just loves to target the player, so it's highly likely these guys will attack us. Now, Wurzag is also here. He probably can't take Ekrund, but he might be able to take Stone Mine Tower. Maybe we have to divert Corpable to fight this guy instead. Or at least take out a few of his territories until he's willing to peace out. I wanted to send Corpable down south, but maybe that's not the play right now. Anyway, let's continue doing the buildings for a little bit, or you know what, maybe we'll leave the buildings to next time. There's still a lot of admin to take care of, and a lot of fighting still to do, and probably armies to move around as well. So I think we'll call the episode here. Next time, Corpable will have his debut at the Skull Island with his giants, so I'm pretty excited about that, and his new Clan Moor's army. And then we'll send him either towards the Bloody Hands or south towards the followers of Nagash. Also kind of random, but I feel like betraying other factions shouldn't hurt your reliability with Skaven. If anything, it should probably increase your reliability with Skaven, because not betraying other factions seems very un-Skaven-like, and I believe that other Skaven would feel that way. But anyway, I digress. We will have our debut with Corpable next time. Ikit will take Marienburg or Marienburg, as you prefer, and Chargelock will probably attack Arnau at the same time, so we will basically get the entire province of the Wasteland extremely quickly, and Reichland will be reduced to basically 2 territories up around Talabayam. They will probably get destroyed either by... Who are they at war with? Yeah, probably they'll get destroyed by the Fekendites, as there's nobody really else to destroy them. And after these guys are dead, and we've shored up the territories around the Fekendites, I guess we start attacking Vlad. Although it is annoying that the Great Orthodoxy has made quite a number of gains up here. They're getting quite strong by the looks of it, and they don't like us very much. So if we don't head up here, they'll start moving south. Maybe we just raise Wrecker's Point and leave it there, but keep Arnau. But yeah, I'd really prefer not to have to permanently keep an army here. Wrecker's Point is part of the Black Pit, though, which we do own, which is also another annoyance. Oh, and we should also grab Lorelorn Forest while nearby. Anyway, I'm once again distracting myself. Lots more empire building to do. Clearly, stay tuned for more rats, as well as the debut of the Morse army. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching. Ooh, new Warlock Engineer.